Welcome back to the show, everyone. I'm Mia.
And I'm Daniel. Today, we're covering 20 phrases native speakers use constantly in everyday conversation, but that almost never show up in a typical English textbook.
Picture this. You are reading a sentence in English. You know the first word. You know the second word. You're like, every single word in the entire sentence, the grammar is completely clear to you, and the vocabulary is totally familiar.
Right.
You translate it perfectly in your head, but then you realize you have absolutely no idea what the person actually meant.
Oh, yeah. That is, it's like holding all the pieces of a puzzle in your hands, but when you put them together on the table, the picture shows something impossible.
Exactly.
The words just, they do not match the real meaning.
And that happens because textbooks teach you the rules, right? Textbooks give you the basic pieces.
Yeah, exactly.
But today, welcome to the deep dive, because we are unlocking the secret phrases native English speakers actually use.
I am so excited for this.
Me too. We are taking 20 common phrases that honestly almost never appear in a classroom, and we're showing you exactly how they work.
Yeah, because these phrases are, they're like a hidden bridge. Mastering them is the shortcut to moving from sounding textbook correct to sounding natural, relaxed, and, truly fluent.
Okay, let's unpack this. We are going to take our time today. We want to make sure you listening, understand the secret history and the real feeling behind every single one.
Totally.
So let's think about everyday English, like your wardrobe, your clothes. The first group of phrases we are looking at are, they're like your comfortable weekend clothes.
Oh, I love that way of looking at it. Just like your weekend clothes have like elastic waistbands so you can breathe easily.
Right, yeah.
These casual phrases stretch and bend. They let the conversation relax. You would never wear sweatpants to a formal business meeting, right?
Definitely not.
And you would not use these phrases in a formal job interview. You need them specifically for, hanging out with your friends.
Okay, so let's say my friend invites me to go see a movie. I want to say yes, but I do not want to sound like a robot by saying, yes, I'm interested in doing that activity.
Right. That sounds so unnatural.
It really does. So, how do I sound relaxed?
So you would simply say, I'm down for that.
See, as a learner, that used to confuse me so much.
I bet.
Because the word down usually means sad or, moving toward the floor. Why do we say we are down for something fun?
It does seem backward, doesn't it? But in casual English, being down for something means your name is written down on the list.
Oh, like a guest list.
Exactly. You are included. It shows a relaxed enthusiasm. So if someone says, hey, we're getting pizza later, you just say, I'm down for that.
Okay, I love that.
Right.
But let's say I show up late for that pizza.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I run into the restaurant, I am panicking, and I am apologizing over and over. What is the natural way for my friend to, de-escalate the situation and make me feel better?
They would probably smile and say, no biggie.
No biggie.
Yeah. The word biggie is just a cute shortened way of saying a big deal.
Right. Okay.
So when someone says no biggie, they are kind of wrapping their words in comfort. They are telling you that your mistake is so small, it's not even worth a full sentence.
Wow, it instantly lowers the pressure.
It really does.
Now, what if I am the one who makes a small mistake? Let's say we are walking out of the restaurant and I accidentally step on your shoe.
Ouch.
Right, my fault. But I don't want to give a dramatic, super serious apology for just a shoe bump.
You would just quickly say, my bad.
My bad.
Yeah, it simply means my mistake. It is a way of taking responsibility instantly, without making the other person feel awkward.
I feel like I have to be careful with that one, though. I assume I cannot use my bad if I do something terrible like crash your car.
Oh, please do not say my bad if you crash a car.
Right.
It is strictly for tiny, low-stakes errors. Spilling a drop of water, bumping a shoulder, forgetting to buy milk. Small mistakes only.
Good rule to remember. Okay, so now imagine we are at an arcade after dinner, and there is this really difficult basketball game. I have never played it before. I want to try, but I don't want you to expect me to win.
In that case, you would tell me, I'll give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
Yes. The word shot here means an attempt. Think of throwing a ball at a target.
Like darts or basketball.
Exactly. You might hit the center or you might completely miss. By saying, I'll give it a shot, you are managing expectations.
I see.
You are saying you will try your best, but you are not promising a perfect result.
That is so useful. Okay, so we finished playing games and we need to decide what to do for the rest of the weekend. But honestly, I am tired of making strict plans.
Sure.
I just want to see how we feel tomorrow.
That is when you suggest, let's play it by ear.
Play by ear.
Right. It means we will make our decisions at the last minute, depending on the situation.
This is one of those phrases that just, it paints such a strange picture in my head.
Really? How so?
Well, what does my ear have to do with making a schedule for Saturday?
Oh, right. Well, this actually comes directly from the world of music.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Hundreds of years ago, if a musician learned a song just by listening to it without reading any written notes on paper, they were playing the music by ear.
Wow, okay.
They trusted their hearing and their instinct. And eventually, people started using it for everyday plans.
So when you plan a weekend by ear, you are acting like that musician.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have no written sheet music. You are just figuring out the rhythm as you go.
That brings the whole phrase to life. We are improvising. But let's say we get to Sunday night. I have had a long weekend. I worked all week before that, and my energy is just completely gone.
You're exhausted.
Yeah. And I hear people say, I'm beat. Honestly, when I first heard this, I thought the person had been in a physical fight.
I mean, it certainly sounds aggressive if you translate it literally.
Right.
But beat simply means defeated. You are saying the long day has defeated you. Your energy is entirely gone.
So you might walk through your front door, drop your keys, and just say, I'm beat.
Exactly. And when you are beat, there's really only one thing left to do.
What's that?
You have to hit the sack.
Hit the sack, which is a very funny way to announce you are going to bed.
It is funny, but it actually holds a secret piece of history.
Oh, I love the history ones.
Well, hundreds of years ago, regular people did not have soft mattresses with, metal springs.
Right.
They slept on literal cloth sacks filled with hay, straw, or leaves.
That sounds so uncomfortable.
It was. So when they went to bed, they would physically hit the sack to flatten the hay and chase out any bugs before lying down.
Wow.
Yeah, we invented better beds over time, but we just kept the old vocabulary.
That is amazing. Okay, let's try some of these weekend clothes on right now.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's see how they stretch and bend together in a real conversation. I'm going to pretend I'm sending you a text message.
That sounds good.
Okay, here we go. Hey, some of us are getting coffee tomorrow morning. You in?
I'm down for that. What time?
Maybe 8 a.m. We could just play it by ear if you want to sleep later.
8 a.m. is no biggie. See you then.
Wow, see how smooth that is?
Yeah, very natural.
We didn't use a single complicated word, but the meaning was so clear and friendly. We are connecting, not just exchanging data.
Exactly. And now I think we're going to change outfits.
Ooh, wardrobe change.
Yes, we are moving away from the ultra-casual weekend clothes into what we call the formality spectrum.
The formality spectrum.
Yeah, these are the middle spectrum phrases. Think of them like a nice, comfortable sweater. Not pajamas, but not a business suit either.
Okay, so they are perfect for everyday life, especially when things go a little wrong.
Definitely.
Let's say I wake up the next morning for that coffee, but my throat hurts and my head is aching.
Mm-hmm.
How do I tell you I cannot come?
You would text me and say, I'm feeling a bit under the weather.
Under the weather.
Yeah, this is a gentle, polite way to say you are slightly sick. It is meant for minor things like a cold or a headache.
But why the weather? Whenever I have a cold, I'm usually inside my house, completely away from the weather.
For this one, we have to look back at history again, specifically to old sailing ships.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. When a sailor felt seasick or ill, the captain would send them down below the main deck of the ship.
To get some rest.
Exactly. Down there, they were protected from the wind and the rain. They were literally resting under the weather until they felt better.
That makes perfect sense. Okay, so I stay home under the weather and my coffee is canceled. It is disappointing, but I don't want to sit around crying about it. I want to move on.
You would probably take a deep breath and say, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah. This phrase is fascinating because it acts as a social boundary. It basically stops the complaining.
It sounds like you were just repeating the same words, though.
You are, and that is kind of the magic of it. By stating a simple fact, it is what it is, you are showing acceptance.
Right.
You are telling your brain, and whoever's listening, that this problem simply cannot be solved.
So if the rain ruined our picnic,
It is what it is.
my flight is delayed for 3 hours.
It is what it is. We accept it, and we stop fighting reality.
That is very zen. But sometimes reality gives us a very long, very complicated problem.
Oh, for sure.
Let's say my car breaks down, my phone battery dies, and I have to walk 3 miles in the rain.
That is a terrible day.
It is. And when I finally get home, I do not want to explain every single tiny detail to my family.
In that case, you can ease the listener's burden by using the phrase, long story short.
Long story short.
Yeah, you put this phrase right at the beginning of your sentence, like, long story short, my car broke down and I had to walk.
It is a great signal. It tells the listener, do not worry, I'm going to save you some time.
Exactly.
It is a polite way of editing your own life story. But what if I need to tell someone a truth they might not want to hear?
Oh, like what?
Like if a friend asks me how I like their new, very ugly jacket.
Well, then you need to put up a warning
A
sign.
warning sign.
Yes, and the warning sign is, I'm not gonna lie. You say this right before you share a blunt, unfiltered opinion.
See, this one is weird. Why do I need to tell them I'm not lying? Shouldn't they just assume I am telling the truth?
They should. But, in social situations, people often tell small, polite lies to protect feelings.
Right, to be nice.
Exactly. If your friend wears an ugly jacket, the polite lie is, oh, it looks nice.
Yeah.
So by starting with, I'm not gonna lie, you're preparing them for a shock. You are saying, I am stepping outside of normal politeness for a moment to give you real honesty.
So I might say, I'm not going to lie, that jacket is a terrible color on you.
Yes, and it braces them for the impact.
Okay, now let's reverse it. What if my friend is having a terrible time? Let's say they're studying for a huge English exam, they're stressed, and they feel like giving up.
You give them a visual image of strength by saying, hang in there.
Hang in there.
Yes. It means do not give up during a temporary struggle.
I always picture someone hanging onto a rope over a cliff.
Oh, wow. Very dramatic.
Right. Their hands are slipping, they're tired, and I am standing at the top yelling, just hold on a little longer, hang in there.
But that is the exact emotion. It acknowledges that the situation is difficult, but it encourages them to maintain their grit.
Yeah.
And hopefully you can remind them that after all that studying is done, the actual test will be a piece of cake.
Meaning it will be extremely easy.
Exactly.
But, okay, as a learner, I just have to ask,
Yeah.
why cake?
Why cake?
Yes, I can totally see why someone gets confused when a delicious dessert suddenly appears in the middle of a stressful conversation about a test.
That is a very fair point.
Yeah.
Well, English idioms love to use food to describe human experiences, mostly because food is a universal comfort.
Okay, that makes sense.
Eating a piece of cake is pleasant. It requires no effort. It brings joy.
It definitely brings joy.
So over time, that feeling of pleasant ease transferred to any task that is simple to complete. Building this furniture, piece of cake. Passing the driving test, piece of cake.
So cake equals easy. But what happens when things are not easy and time simply runs out? Let's say I find a beautiful apartment I want to rent, but I wait too long to call the owner. Then someone else takes it.
You would express that feeling by saying, that ship has sailed.
That ship has sailed.
Yes. What's fascinating here is how it means the opportunity is completely gone and cannot be brought back.
It is such a cinematic image.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, like you are standing on the wooden dock with your suitcases, you look out at the water, and the giant boat is already drifting away.
You can't reach it.
Exactly. You cannot swim after it. You just have to watch it go. It expresses this mild, quiet sadness. You just accept that you missed it.
And once the ship sails away, you are often forced to start your plans entirely over from the beginning.
Which is so frustrating.
It is. And to describe that, you say, we are back to square one.
Back to square one. Are we talking about drawing shapes on a piece of paper?
Not quite. We are talking about traditional board games.
Oh, like with dice.
Yes. Think of games where you roll dice and move a little plastic piece across a board covered in squares.
Like snakes and ladders.
Exactly. Snakes and ladders. Some games have traps. If you land on the wrong square, you slide all the way down to the very first square on the board. You lose all your progress.
That is exactly how it feels when a big project fails at the last minute. You're sliding all the way back to the start. Okay, let's see how a native speaker naturally stacks these middle spectrum phrases together when telling a story.
Okay, great idea.
I will be the one who just lost a chance to get a new job.
Listen to how the phrases move the story forward, showing emotion without using complicated vocabulary.
All right, here I go. I'm not going to lie, I was really upset about missing that job interview, but I guess that ship has sailed. Long story short, I'm back to square one, looking for openings online. It is what it is.
See, the storytelling flows so beautifully there.
It really connects the thoughts.
Yeah, you showed disappointment, you gave a summary of events, a loss of progress, and finally, acceptance. All by using those middle spectrum sweaters.
I love my middle spectrum sweaters.
Yeah.
But we have our weekend clothes, we have our sweaters. Now it is time to put on our business clothes.
Time to go to work.
We are stepping into the professional workplace. Now, standard textbooks teach business English that sounds very stiff. Dear sir, please review the attached document.
Ugh, yes.
But real workplaces need to be fast, efficient, and still human.
Exactly. You never want to sound like a programmed robot at your job. These next phrases help you navigate office life with confidence.
Okay, hit me with them.
Let's start with a meeting that is getting distracted. People are talking about a totally different topic. How do you bring them back?
Wow.
Let's say, let's circle back.
Let's circle back. I imagine drawing a circle with a pen, like returning to the starting point.
That works, but the stronger image actually comes from aviation, from airplanes.
Oh, planes.
Yeah. When an airport runway is too busy, an arriving airplane cannot land safely.
Right, it has to wait.
Exactly. The control tower tells the pilot to fly in a wide circle in the sky, wait for a few minutes, and come back to the runway later.
That is so cool.
So in a meeting, if a topic is taking too much time, you tell everyone to fly in a circle. Let's circle back to the budget later. You are delaying the landing.
That is brilliant. Okay, so we land the plane, we finish the meeting. Before everyone leaves the room, I need to make sure we all agree on what to do next.
In that case, you need to check if everyone is on the same page.
On the same page.
Right. This means sharing the same understanding of a situation.
It is like we are all reading the same book together in a classroom.
Yes.
If I am on page 10 and you are on page 50, we are looking at completely different parts of the story. We simply cannot work together.
Exactly.
So I ask, are we on the same page about Friday's deadline?
It is very polite, but it forces people to confirm they actually understand.
Right.
Now, what if that same meeting is running out of time? Someone is talking endlessly about small, boring details. You need them to get to the main point right now.
Oh, I would tell them to cut to the chase.
Yes.
This means to skip the background information, just give me the conclusion. But where does the running come from? Are we chasing someone?
We are sitting in a movie theater in the 1920s.
Wait, what?
Yes. Back in the days of early silent films, movies often had long, slow, boring romantic scenes.
Okay.
And the audiences would get really restless. They wanted the action. They literally wanted the movie director to cut the film tape and skip ahead to the exciting car chase or horse chase.
Wow, that is amazing.
So telling someone to cut to the chase is just asking them for the action scene.
Next time a colleague is talking too much, I am totally going to imagine them in a black and white movie.
That's perfect.
Okay, the meeting is over, but a problem might happen later. Let's say I want a coworker to watch a specific computer program to see if it crashes.
You would ask them to keep an eye on it.
Keep an eye on it.
Yes, it simply means to monitor something carefully.
See, it makes me think of physically taking my eye out and leaving it on the computer screen to watch while I walk away.
It is a very strange physical image when you think about it.
It really is.
But it works everywhere, not just at work. If you are sitting at a cafe and need to use the restroom, you ask the stranger next to you, can you keep an eye on my laptop?
You are asking them to lend you their vision for a moment.
Exactly.
All right, finally, we reach the end of the week. My boss walks over and tries to hand me 3 brand new projects.
Oh, no.
I literally cannot do them. I have no time. I am so overwhelmed.
You raise your hands and you say, I'm swamped.
I'm swamped. Now, a swamp is a wet, muddy forest filled with deep water, right?
Yes. And when you are swamped, you are describing the feeling of sinking into that deep, muddy water.
Well, that sounds stressful.
But instead of water, you are sinking in paperwork, emails, and deadlines. It is a highly visual way to politely decline more work.
So I'd say, I cannot take that project. I am completely swamped right now.
Exactly. It's much softer than just saying, I'm too busy.
Okay, let's see how these professional phrases sound in the wild. I will be the busy manager trying to close a meeting.
Notice how these words keep the professional distance, but they still sound warm and cooperative.
Here we go. We only have 2 minutes left. Let's cut to the chase. Are we on the same page about the marketing budget?
Yes, I will keep an eye on the daily spending. If it gets too high, we can circle back to it next week.
Perfect. I'd help you watch it, but I'm completely swamped right now.
See? Efficient, polite, and completely fluent.
We have traveled through 20 phrases today.
We covered a lot of ground.
From hitting the sack to sinking in a swamp. I just have to ask you, as our expert guide, how should a listener handle this?
Yeah, it's a lot.
If I try to memorize all 20 phrases right now, I think my brain will literally melt.
Please do not try to memorize 20 phrases today.
Okay, good.
That is a fast way to get frustrated. Instead, I want you to pick just 3.
Just 3.
Just 3. Pick the 3 that made you smile or the 3 that had the most interesting history. Write those 3 down. And then try to use just those 3 in your text messages or conversations this week.
That is a wonderful strategy. Just like buying real clothes, you don't wear the whole store at once.
Right.
You try on one sweater at a time until you feel comfortable.
And when you slowly build your feel for this spectrum of formality, knowing when to use casual weekend phrases versus professional office phrases, your English transforms.
It really does.
It stops sounding like a textbook and it starts sounding like a living, breathing language.
It is absolutely fascinating to think about where all this comes from. We still talk about sailors going below the weather, airplanes circling the runway, and silent movie car chases.
Yeah.
It really makes me wonder about the future.
Oh, how do you mean?
Well, look around your room right now. Think about your smartphone, your computer, the apps you use every single day.
Okay.
In 50 years, what modern things are going to be the secret origins of brand new English phrases?
Oh, wow. That is a great thought.
People might use idioms about swiping left or being left on read without even knowing what those technologies used to look like. The language is literally being built around us right now.
It never stops evolving. That is exactly what makes it so exciting to learn.
It really is. Well, when we started today, we talked about that frustrating feeling, holding all the puzzle pieces, translating every word, but seeing a picture that makes no sense.
Yeah, that textbook struggle.
Exactly. Hopefully, after listening today, you are starting to see the real picture hidden inside casual English.
Yeah.
You are unlocking the secret.
Definitely.
So take your time, pick your 3 favorite phrases, and give it a shot.
Be patient with yourself and hang in there.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today, learning some of the natural, everyday English that textbooks so often leave out entirely.
If this episode genuinely helped you, subscribe for more English learning podcasts like this one, and leave a comment telling us which of these 20 phrases was completely new to you.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.
Bye!